turbulence in the relationship between Canada and the U.S. continues to drive down travel to the U.S.
When it comes for vacation, I think there's other places I would rather go.
The number of Canadians crossing the Canada-U.S. border has reached COVID-era lows.
10 major airlines just pulled out of the U.S., and nobody stopped them. International tourism is crashing. Airports are going dark. And Trump's critics? They're dead silent. But wait until you hear why this collapse is happening and who's quietly celebrating. Are we watching the U.S. become a no-go zone for global travelers? Let us know in the comments. Have you noticed fewer tourists or cut flight routes in your city? Summer 2025 was supposed to be the great comeback. But walk into any major U.S. airport today, and you'll feel it. Empty gates, fewer foreign accents. And then the bombshell. 10 international airlines have quietly pulled out of the U.S. in less than 12 months. The result? A stunning 35% drop in foreign arrivals. This isn't just a travel slump, it's a message. The world is saying, we're not coming. And it's not because they found somewhere better. It's because America no longer feels worth the hassle. 4 years ago, Iceland's Play Airlines offered $99 flights from Reykjavik to Boston. A symbol of cheap, cheerful access to the U.S. in 2025? Gone. Every single Play Airlines route to America vanished overnight. No warning, no goodbye. That same year, travel from Northern Europe to the U.S. dropped over 60%. Even seasoned analysts admit they've never seen Europeans turn their backs like this. But the data doesn't lie. 71% of Northern travelers now pick Canada or Japan over the U.S. Why? Trust is gone, and safety isn't guaranteed. When even Canada starts turning away, you know it's serious. Air Canada and WestJet slashed over 40% of U.S.-bound flights in 2025, cutting routes to New York, Orlando, and Vegas. For the first time ever, Canadian domestic flights now outnumber U.S.-bound ones. The reason? Canadians no longer feel safe bringing their families south. It's too chaotic, too expensive, one Ottawa mom told CBC. The U.S. didn't lose money, it lost trust. Germany's Lufthansa didn't make a fuss. They just quietly removed decades-old U.S. routes from their schedule. Frankfurt to Chicago? Gone. Frankfurt to Atlanta? Gone. Flights to Tokyo, Seoul, and Delhi, meanwhile, are booming. Why? Lufthansa's strategy chief said it clearly. It just doesn't make business sense anymore. Exchange rate volatility, endless fees, rising security risks. It's a checklist of red flags. When the pilot prefers Tokyo over Chicago, the decline is real. Should Trump have stepped in to stop this collapse? Or is this the result of years of bureaucratic neglect? Hit like, comment your take, and don't forget to subscribe. Air France used to treat New York flights as the gold standard. Now, they're cutting routes to Miami, Houston, and even the Big Apple. Instead, Tokyo and Singapore get the top-tier crews and aircraft. And why wouldn't they? French passengers now describe trips to America as exhausting. Long inspections, protests outside terminals, rude service. Load factor to the U.S. down to 70%. A red alert in aviation. The dream of flying to America has become a risk calculation. Jetstar, Australia's budget pride, completely pulled out of the U.S. this year. Sydney to LA? Gone. Honolulu? Gone. And unlike other countries, Australians don't complain. They just quietly change course. The CEO blamed soaring U.S. landing fees and humiliating customs experiences. One elderly couple recounted being interrogated for hours at LAX. That was their last U.S. visit. When polite nations start walking away, you've already lost. This isn't just about foreign airlines. JetBlue, once hailed as America's friendly skies carrier, pulled out of 15 domestic airports, including Kansas City and Syracuse. Fuel costs up 41%, labor shortages, airport crime. Smaller cities are being cut off, and no one's filling the gap. A former pilot said it best. It feels like parts of America are just being left behind. United Airlines, once a staple of Midwest connectivity, slashed over 1,200 monthly flights in 2025. Iowa, Missouri, Nebraska. gone. Cities like Springfield, Illinois, now have zero commercial service. These weren't luxury routes. They were lifelines to doctors, to colleges, to family. When United pulls out of the heartland, it stops being United. Small essential airlines like Contour and Silver were the last threads keeping rural towns connected. In June 2025, both pulled out of over 24 small cities: Missouri, Tennessee, Appalachia. Cut off. No airports, no jobs out of state, no access to hospitals. The reason? The federal government quietly rolled back rural flight subsidies. Now entire towns have no way out. British Airways quietly slashed U.S. routes, abandoning Baltimore and Newark, once key gateways. Singapore Airlines followed, suspending flights to Seattle and Houston. Both cited safety concerns, protests, unpredictable airport policies, and bottom lines that no longer added up. They're not leaving out of hate. They're leaving because America is no longer worth the risk. This isn't just about airlines. It's about a global retreat from what used to be the most visited nation on Earth. When trust breaks down and dignity disappears, even the most loyal travelers walk away. Trump warned about this in 2016, and now, under his second term, the skies are proving just how deep the damage already runs. But that's just the beginning.